Welcome back to Belasco Circuit, West Coast, USA. Last time we were here, 18 Piccolinas battle it out to become the Piccolina that would move on to the next round. This time, we have Autobello Stambeccos, basically these army lorry things, and 20 of them. The Stambeccos are divided into two different categories, the 505 with 4 wheels, and the 525s with 6. Those categories are further divided down by the 1971 to 1988 pre-facelift model and the 1989 to 2007 post-facelift model. Here's the very basic 505 F. Just F. 4 wheels, not much else. Pretty much indestructible though. And then you have the 505 F Carabinieri. Literally just the 505 F with different wheel hubcaps and a lick of paint. Cool. And then the 505 Campo. Well, F Campo. These are pretty much the same car but with different paint jobs. Boring. Then we have the 505 F2. This is the facelift model. If it has a 2 next to it, it's the 1989 to 2007 facelift. It has an external roll cage. Cool. Then we have the 505C. It's a pickup truck. Okay. And the 505V, pickup truck with a tent on the back for no apparently good reason other than, it looks pretty cool, I guess. And then their respective 1989 to 2007 facelift, the C2 with a snorkel, and the V2. Interesting thing, pickup truck facelift models don't have external roll cages. I don't know why. Then we have the first 525, the 525F. 6 wheels, which means it should have much more traction, right? Well, yes, but it's also a lot heavier, so let's see how that one fares in race. The 525C2 with the external roll cage and the funnel. And then the 525C and C2. Basically, these are all identical to their 505 variants, but with an extra axle. Nothing much to note. Then we have the 525 ARM and ARM2. These are apparently designed to be carried by helicopter, which would be great if we had a helicopter in BeamNG, but we don't. They also have this removable shelter at the back. Let's see how removable that is when we're racing. And then we have the firefighting Stambeccos, the FPs. For some reason, the FP1 has Italian writing on the side. The FP2 has English writing on the side, for no apparently good reason. And then finally, the 525F support vehicle. This is designed for those extreme off-road racing events if you get stuck, injured or dismembered. Very helpful, unless you're dismembered, in which case you probably won't care. Oh, and then there's the 525, no, the 525, sorry, C2 Rally. This is the only pickup truck that actually has an external roll cage. And 2 enormous spare tyres. Very cool, quite a quirky bunch, but also extremely useful when the time comes. Which isn't today. This is what I'm going to be driving. The 525 FP. This time I'm not going to cheat and use arcade mode to get the game to change gear for me. I'm driving a manual and I'll be the one in charge of the gears, thank you. So, let's begin, I guess. 3, 2, not doing a countdown. And almost immediately we discovered the 525 C2 Rally driver also drove a BMW. Meanwhile, just on the main straight, everything was pretty much uneventful. Apart from, well, a little bit of rubbing here and there. However, at the first corner, chaos hit. 2 of the 505Fs fell over, the Campo and the original. The 505V also flipped, but somehow The Campo ended up getting tossed around so much, it ended up back on its wheels, and it carried on. Meanwhile, oh, there's been a T-boning. 3 Stambeccos ended up getting stuck to each other and pretty much permanently put out the race. For now. The 2 cars to emerge from the scuffle on top were the 505 F2 and the 505F Carabinieri, followed by quite a large pack of Stambeccos, led by yours truly. Who's there? The pickup truck, V2, 525 V2, 525 C2. So actually the 6-wheel ones are doing much better than I was originally expecting. Because they're so much heavier, I was expecting them to just be weighed down, but no. We're taking up a large amount of spots here. Meanwhile, in second, the Carabinieri driver ran out of talent, spun off, and had to get going again. Which it very nearly didn't, because I almost understeered into it. Gotta say, these things are heavy. Meanwhile, up in first, the 505 F2 makes a small cock up at the chicane, but realistically, it's still massively winning by the time it hits the long straight. Meanwhile, I do a similar thing, although this isn't the worst thing to happen in this corner. Yep, surprise surprise, another of the 505s has tipped over. Honestly, these things have the stability of the economy right now. Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, the 505 V2 finally gets free. Meanwhile, I had just hit the straight. Drive on the straights, they said. Really, really fast, they said. Not in this. Honestly, this is like the people that called the heaviest amount of traffic, the point in time where the traffic is heaviest, rush hour. Oh yeah, slow down everyone, stop rushing. Where are we going to rush to? Meanwhile, at the back, the 525V had been left really slow because of a puncture, and was now right at the back. And after a small time cut to avoid the boredom of the long straight, I was in second after having been completely gapped by the person in first. Following me relatively close was the 525C, and following that was, well, just a few random Stambeccos. All in all, the old pack of Stambeccos that was there near the start had vanished, and there were now Stambeccos spread all across the track. Some still working, some not. However, right at the final chicane, just before you finish the race, it rolled. And yes, if you weren't counting, that means that all 4 505F that started rolled over during the race, which is quite frankly hilarious, but also meant that it was cost the race. And the winner of the race, the real winner, me, surprisingly enough, which I was not expecting, considering my car can't even hit 60. Wait, I'm gonna win. Oh my god, it's flipped over. Haha! No way! Oh, that's unlucky. That's really unlucky. That's, you know, there's a face for that. You know, gotta be mature and... He flipped over right at the last hurdle. Oh, what a shame. As you can see, I took my victory with humility. And as I crossed the line, we were now able to confirm that the Autobello Stambecco 50525 FP was moving on to the next round. Following it, not into the next round, were the pickup trucks, well, 3 of them, and one of the 525Vs, the 505 Campo, which was impressive considering it rolled at the start and I didn't think it was going to finish, and the 525F, and the 525F support vehicle, the 525F2, the other pickup truck, and all in all, various other Stambeccos, other than the 505 F2. What a shame. Not finishing, however, are two cars, I believe. The punctured tyre 525V that we saw earlier, because, well, it was just never going to finish quick enough. See, the replay's literally cut because of how long it took to finish. And even further back, I think what happened to the ARM2? The ARM2 was actually not even rendered in. That's how long it was going to take to finish. So there you have it. Moving on to the next round of my little BeamNG config tournament. The Autobello Stambecco 525 FP. Which wasn't very expected, let's be honest.